So I will call this meeting to order, the November 18th, 2026 Library Building Committee meeting. And I would like to,
Should we say 25, Maureen?
I should say 2025, yes. Thank you. It's been a day. Um, I'll start with the disclaimer and then we'll get started. So, pursuant to Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2023, this meeting will be conducted via remote means. Members of the public who wish to access the meeting may do so in the following manner. Join the Zoom meeting by the provided link. Um, no in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technological means. If we're unable to do so for reasons of economic hardship and despite best efforts, we will post an audio or video recording on the playlist on YouTube for the Library Building Committee as soon as possible after the meeting. So thank you all. We'll get started with public forum. Are there any members of the public who wish to speak? Seeing none, we'll move on to approval of minutes. So, Mary, all yours.
Okay. So I sent out both the September and the October meeting minutes for review on, I think it was Sunday night.
Did everyone get a chance
Changes?
to review? And if so, can I have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the September and October minutes.
Second.
Thank you. So I'll go through my screen to do a roll call. So Al?
Gordon, yes.
Lynn?
Sukup, yes.
Bob?
Petroselli, yes.
Mary? That was yes.
Johnston, yes.
Pete? Thank you. Pete?
Dunbeck, yes.
Kate?
Coraggio, yes.
And Sean?
EO, yes.
And Lee, if she can unmute. She may not be there. And so I'm a yes, so minutes are approved. Next on the agenda is discussion of the repair project. So Mike, Brian, and Steve, take it away.
Thank you. I'm just gonna share my screen. We have our presentation set up.
Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
Lee.
Yes,
good.
Lee.
I don't know why my picture is showing up, but I am here.
Okay, thank you.
Skip through a few of these slides as we've already gone through them with the call to order, public forum, approval of the minutes. Leads us to the invoices for this month period. Move that so I can read it, which is $587,806, which includes Vertex's invoice, LPA's invoice, and Seaver's invoice. On from that, we have a review of our current budget status report, which is also provided in the VIP that was sent out to you yesterday. Just as a brief synopsis of this, we spent to date, we have roughly $3.7 million spent to date, and with 7.1 million remaining to be spent. Any questions on the budget status as it stands?
Mike, I'll just add, for the committee's edification, just with what's spent, got about 2 million spent right now with a contract of about 8.3. That's pretty much in line with what we had with our original cash flow. We'll update that, make sure the finance committee, the finance director is comfortable with that, as we'll start to see a tick up as we start seeing some of the larger mechanical equipment coming on site. You'll start seeing the invoices from the contractor will start to go up a little bit here in the middle of the project, and then it'll tail off again. So we'll be we'll be seeing some higher numbers coming in the months ahead.
Thanks, Brian. Then this is just a overview of our current contingency. So as a total, we have $955,893 in contingency. We've only have one PCO approved to date, which was the tree removal. That's already been approved for 330, almost 3,600, with 952,000 remaining. Our total estimated submitted and pending as of the 31st of October was a little bit over 230,000. That's increased a little bit as some change orders have been rejected and then also included. So it's now at roughly 240,000. But with that, if all of those are approved, we would still have $722,000 remaining in contingency, which is roughly 8% of the overall contingency, if all are approved. Bring up a couple specific ones. I know, Steve, do you want to take these?
Yeah, thank you, Mike. So we have 3 items we want to present today. 2 will be for CCDs, or construction contract directives, or I'm sorry, construction change directives. And this is the first one. And I just wanted to show you what we have here. This is a section of the change order that is to do the removal of those bookcases that are out in the front 2 rooms. And this is the item that we're disagreeing with the contractor, or it's actually the demo contractor. And to be clear, the line that we're disagreeing with is the 64 man hours right in the middle there at 113. And we pushed back on that, and which is a formal written response to their submitted change order, or PCO, potential change order. And it came back again at the same number. So what we want to do now with the construction change directive is, one of the tools that we have as the owner is direct them to do the work, which is fully within our rights. And then we track the amount of time it takes them to do the work, and Bob Tucker will do that on site. So this is the change directive language that we'd like to use, which is just for this item. And it seems nitpicky, but we certainly couldn't, well, we as a team couldn't come to an agreement to accept the 64. Frankly, nobody was arguing that we should accept the 64. So this is our recommendation for proceeding with this. I know Maureen has seen this, and we've just added one item to it since Maureen has seen it, which is to have a top end number. So it'll be a not to exceed this $7,616 just for this component of the work. So the CCD, the construction change directive, is not open-ended. It's a not to exceed number. And in most cases, the number comes in significantly less than this. And it's not something to, honestly, it's not something to be upset about. The contractor they don't want to do additional work and have something come up and have them go over, let's say, their guess of 64 man hours. And so they end up losing money on a change. So they don't want to do that. So they're cautious, conservative with their estimate as to how much time it's going to take to do it. And that's what they submit. And they're not really that willing to change that. So that's why we use this tool. So this will be construction change directive. Is this 2 or 3, Mike? Which was it, 2? Is it number 2?
Would actually be 3.
3,
Number
okay. Yeah, thank you, Michael. Thank you. So this is the way this works is we have the designer, and Mike Williams from LPA creates this and then signs that, and then we submit that to the owner, and the owner signs that. We don't need the contractor's signature because it's a directive, and so with the designer and the owner's signature, that directive is in place, and then they go on and do it. Now, to be clear, we do talk with the contractor about this because we want these things to go well. It doesn't mean we have to agree with the contractor or have them agree with us, I guess, in this instance. But they are in agreement that this is a smart way to go about this. And so they're looking ready to implement it after receiving this change directive. So this is a request. So after this, and this is a component of the proposal request, this demo component. So after this work takes place, they review the slips that are, again, with Bob Tucker tracking time on site. They present the slip on a daily basis to Bob, and then those are tallied up and then represented as an updated PCO. So those are the steps. So we'll see this again after the work takes place. So that's what this item is. So it is a change to the work, and we have two more that I want to describe here. And Maureen, to your preference, if you'd like to, these do request, or we are requesting a vote on these. If you'd like to go through the three and vote, or each one, whatever your preference.
Why don't we vote each one? That way, if people have issues with anything, we can discuss it and then move on to the next one. Before we do that, Steve, could you just explain for those who may not understand the breakdown of the $113.93 per hour, what they mean by, I think we all know prevailing wage, but could you explain the burden plus 10%?
Sure, that's a great question. So in the line above where it says 64 man hours, where it says labor prevailing wage plus burden, then they have two numbers. The 69.98 is the prevailing wage number, which is within the contract document, the prevailing wage that must be paid for this specific type of work. And then the burden is the insurance and other items that they're allowed to carry. And the insurance rates, they're all different for the different trades. Demolition may have a higher insurance rate than I was going to say a painter, but maybe not. Roofers has a much higher rate. So each of those, the burden amount gets negotiated at each one. And that's part of what we're looking for from the contractor is to submit all of these. So for each trade, we have an agreement of what the burden percentage is of their contract. So that's what is encompassed in that. When we bring this back to your good question, we'll have that fully itemized, which is also part of the challenge of getting the detail that we want. As the folks that attend our weekly meeting know, we first requested this information in July. And so we're still working at getting all of this information in. And then once we have the rates and the burden approved for each contractor, then should we have a change proposal like this, then it's easy because the rates were already agreed to what the rates should be. So that's why we asked in July, but as often happens, you don't get all the information when requested, and so you just work through it as you get there. So we do have, just to be clear, we do now have a submission, and we're going through that. Just came in. There are just a couple trades that are not included in that, but we're working through that right now. So they are catching up to that request. So we'll provide all the very detailed information on that burden number to you, Maureen, when this comes up next. So this would be, the request here is a motion to authorize CCD number 3 for the bookcase demo work, if someone would be so inclined to make that motion.
Steve, just one a quick question or remark. The plus the 10%, that is their markup.
Yes, that's the allowed and agreed to subcontractor, well, and issued subcontractor markup. Yes. Thank you.
Are there any other questions?
No?
Quick one.
Go ahead, Sean.
So this is a new item for removal of these I mean, it's an addition.
Yes.
So then at some point, is there another item that's going to come back in front of us that's going to be addition of bookcases?
Mike Williams want to speak to the detail for this?
I
The
can.
plan?
Yeah, so the request was to remove the bookcases, free up the floor area for more flexible program space. So there will not be new bookcases put back into place. Instead, the remaining wood wainscoting will be refinished and patched to match all the other adjacent wood surfaces and leave that available floor area that was taken up by the existing bookcases to be used for seating or other mobile bookcases or furniture.
Sounds good. Thank you. I will move to approve PCO 2. Is that a valid motion?
CCD 3.
CCD 3. I was looking in the top left.
Mhm.
CCD 3.
And can we have a second?
Second from Lee.
Thank you. So I will go through, do a roll call. So, Lee, you're first.
Yes, I'm here, and I have no idea why my camera isn't working, but I'm here.
That's okay. And so you approve the
Yes.
motion?
I do.
Okay. Thank you. Sean?
EO, yes.
Mary?
Johnston, yes.
Bob? Al?
Gordon, yes.
Kate?
Dunback, yes.
Kate?
Caraccio, yes.
Lynn?
Sukup, yes.
Walter?
Leslie, yes.
And I'm a yes. I think that's everyone. So that one is approved.
Okay, thank you. Next one. So this is a little different. We have a number on a PCO 4, and the last item was PCO 2, but we're actually looking for CCD 3. So that we confused you with that presentation.
Wait,
So this
have a
is
clarification. The last one was 2 or 3?
CCD 3.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yes, yes, thank you. So this one is PCO 4, and there are several components to this. This is for the circulation skylight with this fabulous artwork that's in front of us reminding us what this all looks like. We have a cost in, as we have identified above there, listed above there, 33,898,000. We're not quite ready to present this because we still have a markup number that we've pushed back to the contractor, have him resubmit. But there are several pieces to this, and what we're requesting is that the committee consider going forward like this, to consider saying, we'll, as an example, authorize Maureen to sign a PCO when submitted on a not to exceed 33,898 basis. And that's the idea here. So it isn't quite ready, but we don't want to wait another month because we're almost ready and there are lots of pieces to this. The other part to this, and really the other reason, is that we know about this item, but we haven't actually presented the number and asked the committee if they would like to go forward at this number yet. Committee knows about it, but we haven't actually asked the question yet. So that's as much of this is the committee interested in accepting this and proceeding with this at a cost that likely will be just a little bit less than this 33,898 number? That's the question. Are there any questions to my question?
Any thoughts from members of the committee?
If I may, Steve, would you mind saying if the committee opted to say that this was not something that they were interested in, what then would be the condition of that lobby if they decided not to go forward with this?
Mike Williams, want to describe that?
Or
Great
Mike,
point,
yeah.
Brian. Yep.
Yeah, great point. So what the base scope of work is that's in the contract is that skylight would not be seen at all. It would just be the white 2x2 acoustic ceiling that you can see in this rendering throughout the space. That would just continue past the skylight, and that skylight would be obscured completely. And the curvilinear lights that you see in this rendering with the triangular pendant acoustic panels would extend below that skylight. There we go.
Oh, nice.
So
Oh, look at that.
so this
That's really
was
pretty.
so the skylight was revealed after the ceiling demolition occurred, the existing ceiling demolition occurred.
Wow.
So at that point, we thought it would be worth pursuing bringing back this historical piece and making it a focal point for the circulation. The work does not need to happen for this project. It's just something to enhance the project.
Excellent description.
Mary, you have a question?
Nope, I just had a comment, just want to give you my opinion, and that is, I think that we're a town that values our history and restoring this place, and since it's there already, I would be in favor of going forward with this one.
Can
I
you
would too,
can you
definitely.
show the with and without again? Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think it's a really neat thing that I'm curious about, of course, Kate and Lynn's opinion because they live there. I don't, but I think it adds a real nice little element and historic charm to this place. But
I've seen it in the space. It looks great. I think it would be a shame to cover it up.
Well, and I think the added benefit that I think we've talked about a little bit in this room is with it backlit, it also creates um, just a really special space, especially in the evening hours. Um, so I do think it adds something really special to this space, which is really kind of the connection between the old side of the library and the newer side, if 1980 is newer. But this real breezeway that connects all the areas together. And I do think it adds a lot to the space. And I know $30,000 is kind of more than I had hoped it would be. I do think if we don't do it, we'll probably regret not just investing in it now.
For what it's worth, I agree totally that we should include that and keep that in mind. I think it adds a beautiful dimension, and as Kate said, backlit at night, it's going to be nice. Plus, it matches the other one upstairs, and it's not like we're adding it. And for 33,000, when we have, what is it, 900 something thousand left in contingency, I think it's short money for the next 50 years.
Right. So what I described was to authorize Maureen, and that was just my, guess as to what might work for the committee, should the committee choose to go forward with this, once submitted to then authorize a submitted PCO. So if there's a motion along those lines, that would be great.
Would anyone on the committee like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion. I'll make a motion to approve an amount not to exceed $33,898 for PCO 4 for the circulation skylight as shown.
Emery second.
All right, so I will ask for a roll call. So Walter,
Leslie, yes.
Kate,
Caraccio, yes.
Al,
Gordon, yes.
Lynn,
Sukup, yes.
Mary,
Johnson, yes.
Bob,
Petroselli, yes.
Pete,
Dunbeck, yes.
Lee,
Emery, yes.
and I am a enthusiastic yes. So that is approved.
And
Awesome.
Keo, yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Sean. I didn't mean to skip you.
That's okay. I'll let you know.
Thank you.
All right, next item. So this is our shots of the interior of that same space, though it looks far prettier in the last picture. And this is after the wall covering has been removed. And Mike Williams, I'm going to lean on you again, if I could, just to have you describe what was envisioned here for the work. Oh, let me take a step back. What we're going to do is go over this with drywall to be able to create that beautiful finish we saw in that picture. And it was hoped and anticipated to have a removal of the existing wallpaper that would not create this, but instead something that could be touched up and then painted. Mike, if you could provide some further color to that, if there is any, that would be great.
Yeah, not too much more to add to that, Steve, but you're absolutely right. There was existing wall covering here that we anticipated when it was removed, it would be removed much cleaner than what actually occurred. They, originally they used some very aggressive adhesive in that wallpaper, and it just, as you can see, just tore the paper face off the drywall. So, both Seaver and the LPA both agree the best solution here, the most efficient solution, is to just do an overlay with new drywall over that existing drywall, and then do a new finish over that will give the best painted surface possible. So go ahead. Another aspect of this too, one of the requests we got from Kate and Lynn was so that they could place shelving safely up against that wall, is to remove a wood cap that was where the blue is there on the left picture. Is the old wood wainscoting, and which had a wood cap on top. That wood cap protruded beyond the face of the wainscoting, and it made shelving a little unsafe when placed up against it. So this also includes addressing that detail to make that surface flush, so that shelving could be, and bookcases, I should say, can be placed safely up against that surface.
It does extend, Mike, as well beyond this space.
Good point. Yeah, there's actually three areas that are affected by this, and they have varying degrees of damage. So the circulation area is the worst of it. The adjacent will be the small meeting room, and used to be the room of things that is also affected. And then down below there was the down in the
Column
children's
covers
area.
too. Column
Yeah,
covers
the
too, there,
column
Mike. Yep.
covers. Yeah, so there was also some wall covering that was they were able to peel off, but it still left a residue behind. It didn't create this level of damage. So instead of just doing drywall, they can just do a light skim coat of compound to clean that up and make ready. So there are, as you said, Steve, there are three areas, three varying scope of works included in this proposal.
So what we're asking here, what we have are proposals in, we've responded to them and have not received comments back. And it has to do with trying to get the wage rates, just as some consistent with the question Maureen asked a moment ago, to get them so we have the breakdowns we need to then approve. But we're just concerned that we need to get this approved so that the work and the rest of the project doesn't go by this, so that it's all done at the same time. And I did explain a bit today some of the thinking behind that. As a team, weekly, we look at these things and we try to figure out with the contractor how to do these things with the project so they're done as cost effectively as possible. And you think, well, what do we care if it's cost effective? Well, the next thing that comes out, if all these things are managed well and the contractors do okay instead of having it be an interruption of work of stop and start and that kind of thing, it just makes everything go better all the way through the rest of the project if we continue the effort of trying to keep the work as coordinated as possible so everybody gets in and gets out, because that's what has everybody do best on the job, and that's just what makes the whole job go best. So that's the idea with this. We're requesting to have a CCD issued for this so that the contractor can authorize this work now, and we're not quite done with the rates, which we wish we were, but we're not. So this is what we're requesting. We did review this with Seaver, and frankly, he said that that would be helpful to me to do this so I could get this going now and catch up on the paperwork to get the rates correct and all that. So we're not super fond of doing a lot of this, but we feel these selected items, we recommend doing it, and that's why we are. So it's a motion here to issue CCD number 4 for the work of PCO 6. Sorry for all the initials there, but that's what this is.
Al, you have a question?
Yeah, I'm just wondering, with that amount, the 18,740 to replace the gypsum wallboard, is that also going to include any electrical or plumbing that's going to come as a result of the new gypsum board?
There is a great catch on that. So there is a little bit of electrical work to bring the outlets out to that new face. It's minor. It's extension boxes at those outlet locations, but we're not adding outlets as part of this work. It's just take what exists, bring it out to the new face of wall.
So does that mean there's no additional charge that will be brought up for electrical and plumbing?
That's already included in this cost.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Can I have a motion?
CCD number 4 for PCO 6.
Al Gordon, I'll make the motion.
Thank you. Can I have a second?
Second.
Got a second and a second. Um, so I will go across my screen. I won't forget you this time, Sean. Al,
Gordon, yes.
Pete,
Dunback, yes.
Bob,
Petroselli, yes.
Lynn,
Pickup, yes.
Walter,
Leslie, yes.
Kate,
Carraggio, yes.
Mary,
Johnston, yes.
Sean,
Dio, yes.
and Pete.
Pete already.
Did I get Pete? Oh, Pete, sorry, you hopped to the other spot on my screen. Lee, not sure if she's still there. And I'm a yes. So that is approved.
All right, awesome. Thank you. That's very helpful. Thank you. Mike, back to you.
Thank you. And then I'm actually going to turn it over to Bob for our construction update.
What we're looking at here on the picture is the main floor of the or second floor, as I term it. Some progress that we've been making lately. It's looking much better, like it'll actually turn into a usable space again. We have a lot of ductwork that's been gone up into the ceiling space. That's come a long ways from having nothing up there at all. And it's also allowed us to continue with framing activities in the same area. So we've got a lot of framing going on. We've got the ductwork going up. We've got rough electrical wiring going on, not only in the ceiling space, but also coming down inside the walls, specifically the two toilet areas that are being installed in this space. Um, that's going along very nicely. We have plumbing that's going along in that area. And I'll also note that we had a rough plumbing inspection for the bathrooms yesterday that we passed, which it's another step to let us continue our normal construction sequence. We're going along nicely.
Thank you. And then
You
just
you good?
got a couple more pictures.
What we're looking at here are it is the north side chimney. You do have two of them, one on the north, one on the south. The picture on the left is the liner or the flue of the chimney as it's been restored, and they were in the process of bringing the brickwork, the decorative brickwork, back up on the exterior of the flue area. And also this week we had a crane on site, or I should say last Friday we had a crane on site where we lifted up the cap pieces that go around the perimeter of the chimney to finish that work off. On the right hand side is the staging, which is blocking a beautiful chimney nowadays. And that will be coming down in the near future. Once again, this is the second floor, main area. You can see the wall framing around the bathrooms and that last storage room area, I guess. Another angle of all the ductwork that's up in the ceiling space that when we get done, you'll never see it again. So, but it is moving along very nicely. Our favorite trench that we love to hate. This is a couple of photographs of the trench and the installation of the new sprinkler water line and domestic water line as they go up into the building. after much trial and tribulation, today we were under the watchful eye of the town water department. We were able to pass our pressure test of the line, which will allow us to now go on to the second step of chlorinating to clean the line, and also backfilling the trench and being able to remove the plates in a permanent manner. So not much longer for those plates to be out in the road with some sort of luck.
Awesome.
Thank you.
And
I
somehow
saw,
I've
sorry, Bob. I saw Al's hand up. Did you
My
still have?
question, he answered my
Sure.
question. I had a question about the pressure test.
Thank you.
Yeah, you'll have to excuse me. For some reason, I just lost my picture here, so
We're all set, Bob.
so I'm blind.
All right.
That's the extent of our presentation.
Any questions for the team? Go ahead, Mary.
Did we didn't vote to approve this month's vendor package as the total of, did we not?
We did not vote for it. Do we
Yeah.
typically vote at this meeting? Some projects
Did
we
it
do, some we
last month's meeting, so that's why I was
Yeah.
asking.
Thank you. I completely missed that. So before we go to that, did anybody have any questions about any of the things we just saw?
No, but it's super exciting.
It is so exciting.
One question was the water pipe need was because we've added more use in essence, multiple bathrooms and things like that. That's why we had to attach in something new.
I wondered
That
about
was,
that too.
yes, that was the primary reason behind it. But we also, the larger water pipe was necessitated by the addition of sprinklers in the building.
Yeah, that's more water use. Yeah.
It gets you every time.
back up, Mike? Oh, there you go. Here, of course, you already have it.
All right. So our invoice package for this month that was sent yesterday, the total was $587,806. Did anyone have questions, or is there any discussion before we take a vote?
No.
I think the question was answered earlier, which was that we're sort of on track.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So can I have a motion to approve this month's invoice package?
So moved, Emery.
Thank you. Can I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. We'll go across my screen. Walter,
Leslie, yes.
Lee,
Emery, yes.
Lynn,
Pickup, yes.
Bob,
Petroselli, yes.
Al,
Gordon, yes.
Kate,
Caraccio, yes.
Mary,
Johnston, yes.
Pete,
Dunbeck, yes.
Sean,
EO, yes.
and I'm yes. So those are approved.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Next on our agenda is any other building related issues.
Did we actually lose a tree out front, Maureen?
Yes, we did. They had to take one tree out in order to put the new water line in, and it was a tree that was not doing well anyway.
I was glad to see the other two still there because it's so nice to sit in the shade in front.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so no other building related issues. I did want to mention just for the committees information, um, Westborough Library will be the host of a legislative breakfast this season. If you've never been to a legislative breakfast, highly recommend. It's a chance for you to meet with our local legislative delegation from the Massachusetts State House to talk about how important libraries are to the community, and especially why this library is important to this community. And Kate had the fantastic idea of having it at the temp site. I go to a lot of legislative breakfasts. I always have, because I love the opportunity to talk to elected officials. And they're not often held in temporary locations. So it's a really innovative way to do a legislative breakfast. So Kate, could you remind us what the date and time are?
Yeah, it's January 13th. Is that right, Lynn?
That's right.
13th, 8 a.m. It is a Tuesday morning, which is also a little unique in terms of library legislative breakfasts. So they generally happen really early in the morning. And they're just a really great way to come and listen to how to support your library in the Massachusetts state budget, but also since we've had so much exciting legislative news kind of coming out of Massachusetts and the state Senate in the last week. I think it's a really unique season to show your support. And yeah, to Maureen's point, again, I think I've never heard of a legislative breakfast happening in the temp space. It usually happens once you're done and you're showing off this beautiful space. But I do think there is something strategic and impactful about showing the process. So I do think it'll be a really good opportunity to show people it's not always this new shiny looking thing. Sometimes it looks like this. And that's why we need our state aid budget. So I encourage anybody to attend, everybody to attend. We'll be doing save the dates and invitations out in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, thank you for that, Maureen.
You're welcome.
Where did you say it will be held again?
It'll be here in our space, in the temporary space, 1500 Union Street.
You're not going to have them in front of the drywall.
No.
That would be how it's really looking right now. Okay.
Anything we can do to help with it? Can we help at all? I did look, I have a dentist appointment, but I will change that for that morning.
We'll reach out if we think of anything. One of the things we were thinking about is just maybe having some more signage about the project and maybe some images of the construction going on.
Great idea.
That might be helpful. But yeah, we'll let you guys know, especially Christina.
Go ahead, Pete. I thought I heard you.
Yeah, I've never gone to a legislative breakfast, and I just wanted a little better context. Is it open to anybody in the public, or and is it a kind of a gathering? Sounds like breakfast. Sounds like there's food. Is it a, what? How does it work? How long does it last? Just describe it a little more. And the second part of the question is, we are all focused on it as a library opportunity, but there's other topics that the community cares about at the State House. Is it open season for all topics?
Those are great questions. So it's normally about an hour and a half, depending on how long-winded our speakers get. And that's really the best way to put it. So breakfast is kind of maybe a misnomer for it. It's little snackies. The breakfast is really what we're gathering around to talk about, which is libraries, to answer your second part of it. It really is only focused on library issues in the legislative courts. So we are going to be talking about the state budget. And so the Massachusetts Board of Library Commissioners, which Maureen could speak to way more than I can, releases a legislative agenda every year. And this usually covers what they're recommending for the budget lines that libraries take up, public libraries, all of the libraries take up in the Massachusetts state budget. And so these include funding MBLC. They include funding state aid, of which we get money to use and supplement our municipal budget with through state aid. A lot of this project, probably anything supplemental, will probably get paid out of state aid, probably some FF&Es paid out of state aid. So it really is only focused on that legislative agenda that is set by the MBLC on what lines and how much funding they're getting that year, and advocating for those lines in the state budget.
Thank you. That was helpful. One of the things that we experienced was the long delay between when the library grant was submitted, and then inflation happened, COVID happened, everything, and our cost went up. And by the time we got to the project, the grant wasn't sufficient to cover our needs. And there was like a structural problem in the way library grants were administered. Is that being addressed?
Speaking as a resident of Westborough who knows a lot about the process, and as the former library director, I can tell you there was a lot of work done on the structure of the program, and the new program that is currently underway is very different. And grant rounds are now competitive, and in a way that only a certain number are awarded based on the amount of money in the bond that is paying for them. So, so yes, that's the long answer to your question is, yes, the process has changed and made it a lot better for municipalities for planning purposes and for the length of time it takes to start a project.
And for us who may not be reading what's going on in the Senate in regard to libraries and bills and stuff, maybe before that event, you could distribute some topics that would be relevant for us to advocate.
Yep, there will be some information coming out. The MBLC legislative agenda is usually released or sometime in December. The breakfast season, if you will, typically starts in January, which is a little bit late in the legislative process, but there are a few happening in December in places around the state, but January 13th is early, so that's good. And it looked to me like on the information that I saw that our whole delegation is coming, so both reps and our senator, which is really great. So yeah, so please come. And I know that Save the Date will have the information. And just also to be totally clear, there's no charge to come for breakfast. Usually at the breakfast, the friends or sometimes trustees take care of organizing the food, and the staff, the awesome library staff, takes care of getting the legislators there and getting the people to come and participate. So please come. Any other building related or other library issues before we adjourn?
I was just going to say for the legislative breakfast, unfortunately, I have jury duty, my first in 40 years that day.
Oh, of course. Bummer. I'm guessing that you can't change that. Like you can change a dentist appointment.
You can change it once, and I already changed it they had me when I was in Europe. I had to change it.
Wow, that's too bad.
Yeah.
For Kate or Maureen at the temp site, I'm wondering for that breakfast, with the amount of pictures we take on a daily basis, it may be an opportunity to kind of have like a running slideshow of just progress pictures of what's going on. I don't know if there's a screen or any type of projector, but we can help coordinate that ahead of time. So
great idea.
Something as people walk in, they can linger and watch some of the how the sausage is made on site. So
absolutely.
Cool.
All right, so if we have no other business, our next meeting will be Tuesday, December 16th. And I will take a motion to adjourn.
Al Gordon, motion to adjourn.
Thank
Petroselli,
you.
second.
Thank you. So our roll call, Lynn?
Sukup, yes.
Bob?
Petroselli, yes.
Al?
Gordon, yes.
Walter?
Leslie, yes.
Lee?
Emery, yes.
Mary?
Johnson, yes.
Kate?
Coraggio, yes.
Pete,
Dunbeck, yes.
Sean,
EO, yes.
and I am a yes. Did I miss anybody? Okay, good. Thank you. We're adjourned. We'll see you all
Okay,
soon.
thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody.
Bye.